Good morning. We welcome to Lengthen. Amanda Marie. We're going to get started in just about 1 or 2 minutes. People usually come on right at about 9:30, 9:31. So if you want to make sure you just have a mat, and also if you have a yoga strap or like a long beach towel, I'll show you. We're going to use this a lot today. So something like this, like a yoga strap.
Or you can take a long towel and like wrap it up like, or a beach towel, a robe tie. You can use like a robe tie, but we're gonna use it for like things like putting around the bottom of our foot or holding in the air to kind of like stretch our arms out. So either a yoga strap, robe tie, or a towel, long-wise rolled up. So it'd be, you know, the lengthwise long. So at least you could hold it maybe at like a Y, and then long enough to go around the bottom of your foot if you were laying on the ground with your foot up in the air. So if you want to grab that, give yourself like a minute or two to grab that. We will use it a lot. You don't have to have one, but it will help with the stretching.
Good morning. Hello. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
That would be because I was muted. Thank you.
Not a problem.
And I'm usually loud, so you should be able to hear me. So I'm like, oh, really? You can't hear me?
Okay.
There is usually, I'm gonna have to mute you eventually just because for feedback, but there's usually some people hop on about the next 5 minutes or so. So if I have to get up to stay in a position, I will have to admit them in the link, okay?
Sure.
Also, last week, my password for this class specifically was, I don't know what happened, messed up. And so people couldn't get on until like 30 minutes in. So don't be alarmed if all of a sudden I get up and start doing something with the computer, okay?
No problem. Good.
Great. Well, if you have a yoga or the towel, like a long beach towel or a yoga strap, we're gonna use that a ton today, okay? We're gonna do a lot of deep stretching with the strap. I kind of change it up usually, not really so much yoga as we'll use a foam roller. A lot of just deep stretches. We'll actually just do stretches for usually a minute, 2 minutes at a time. We stay in a stretch. So it's more of a deep stretch, lengthening those muscles. We use the foam roller for fascia to kind of break up that connective tissue. So if you have a foam roller in this, and then a yoga strap. And it just kind of depends on the day and where we're at. And today we're gonna definitely use the yoga strap, okay?
Sure.
And you have a mat?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, then I am going to put you on mute only for feedback because otherwise it messes with the AirPods. Okay?
That's fine. And I'll even turn off the video just so I can.
Oh, yeah,
focus
whatever
on-
you want to do. You can turn the video off. It's done. If you have questions or want to come back on the video or questions, it does not alarm me at all. I love it. So just go off mute, or, you know, and ask a question or, you know, whatever. Okay?
Sure, no problem. Thank you.
Great. Okay, thanks for.
You bet.
I love your picture. It's a really cool shadow picture. All right. Hi, Concetta. Hi, Concetta. Welcome to class. All right, we're going to get started. So welcome to class. If you want to meet me on the mat with yoga straps nearby, we are going to start in a seated position. I'm going to mute everybody for no purposes. There we go. And I am going to spotlight myself. So I should become big to you. Awesome. All right. Anything you need or questions, let me know. Otherwise, like I said, I have everyone, it should be muted. Make sure you stay on mute. If you have any questions, you come off mute. Otherwise, please keep on mute just for feedback purposes, okay? We are going to start in a seated position today, so please just have a seat on the top of your mat. Come to a seated position, cross-legged. Let's just start with this here. You can, I was going to challenge you. For me, I always put my right foot in front of my left, kind of cross this way. So today, let's try something different. If you're comfortable enough to do it and it doesn't bother you, try the other leg. Try to do the opposite of what you usually would do. Feels a little bit funnier sometimes, a little bit awkward to be in a position where your not dominant side goes first. So I challenge you that if you feel like doing it, you don't have to. It's gonna sit nice and tall, find those sit bones. Bones right in the middle of the bottom. Find them, ground them into the mat. Take and release your feet, kind of have a little bit of a positive energy through the toes, but we'll try to relax. Relax hip flexors, relax the arms, down on the ground, palms facing down. Take the shoulders, and I want you to really pay attention to my body here. Instead of here, kind of we said stay up here or kind of hunched in a little. Shoulders are back and down. Take a nice inhale in. Shoulders are back and down away from your ears. So have your shoulders set between, squeeze between the shoulder blades and the back. Brace the core, lift through the head. The posture, kind of have like that really positive posture. Lift through the head, listen, think about a puppet string, zipping yourself up all the way to the top, but still allowing, watch, my hip flexors want to come up. So really allowing your hip flexors, quads and thighs to go down and holding yourself nice and tall. Gigantic land through the nose, neck through the mouth. As big of a breath as you can take. So let's do 3. Last cleansing breath. And on the third, release. Open your eyes. Allow yourself to tilt your head to one side. This ear is trying to become friends with the shoulder. The only difference is, though, is you're staying with your whole body in the same position. And the only thing you're doing is taking your head from here to here. No shoulders lifting. You might feel a little bit of a stretch in here. That's perfectly normal and actually good. If you can, please lift this arm off the ground. Lift the palm up with the thumb facing up, the palm facing me. Head stays where it is. This arm is releasing, just hanging out here. If you want, you can bring your thumb 1 inch back towards the back of your room. And allowing yourself to breathe or set that hand down on the ground. You do not have to lift it. The third and final possibility is you can take this arm up and please just gently set your hand on your head. Do not pull on it. Set it on your head and hold for 30 seconds. All the while breathing in through the nose. And if you can, eventually breathe out through the nose. We have about halfway done. Enjoy this time. The neck holds a lot of stress, a lot of strain. Lengthen through the body, lengthen through the spine. And in 5 seconds, you're going to take the hand gently off your head, place it on the ground, slowly bring your arms together on your hands, and really slowly bring the head up to center. Open the eyes if they weren't open. Roll the shoulders back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now this time we're going to get a little bit bigger with our elbows. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this last time, please get a little bit bigger. So as big as you want to go. 5. You can go as wide and as high as you want to go. 4, 3, 1 more. And hold. All right, shake out those arms, get a little sip of your water. We're going to go to the next, the other side. So this time, let's take these legs and switch. So bring this leg in, cross legged, and then switch the dominant leg to the other side. This time, if you want, stack a foot in front of the other. So we can sit this way. We start to open through the hips a little bit, stack feet in front of each other, sit through the sit bones. These are not necessarily going to come all the way to the ground. That's fine. Flexibility will bring that lengthening of our hip flexors and muscles. So just find a spot where you're comfortable. Zip up through the spine, head facing knee, shoulders are back and down. And this time, okay, we take our head to the other side. And just hold it there for about 15 seconds. No arm, no lift, nothing. Reminding yourself to keep your shoulder away from your ear. You want them to eventually touch, right? But it's not that you're bringing your shoulder up. It's that you're bringing your ear closer. And that these neck muscles and upper body, right? Feels with here, this is starting to stretch. Now, if you're ready, you can lift that palm, face the thumb up towards the sky and your palm to me. Don't break to breathe. Take that hand 1 inch back. If you want a little bit bigger stretch, you're going to feel it. You are going to want to sometimes bring this up. So make sure you reset, sit up nice and tall. And if you're ready for the next 30 seconds, it's up to you. Set the hand down or lift it and gently set your hand on your head. There is no pull. It's just setting it down for 30 seconds. Find peace in this moment. Flexors, feel yourself melting into your mat. And in 5 seconds, you're slowly going to take the hand off your head. Slowly bring your hands to the center and slowly bring your head up. Wonderful. All right, now the shoulders, same thing. Except for this time, can you roll them a little bit forward? For 5, lift the elbows wide. 4, 3, we're coming forward. 2, 1, 2 more sets, a little bit bigger if you want it. If you want to stay here, stay here. Feeling the shoulder blades, feeling the shoulder joint. And if you want to get a little bit bigger, 4 more after that. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Take it out, take a sip of water. Let's create some activity in the feet, make sure they're still awake. So do me a favor and find your thumbs and fingers and make sure those feet are still awake. So take the fingertips and kind of rub them up through. You can see me kind of rubbing up through the center of my foot with my fingertips, just creating warmth all in the toes, kind of wake up the toes, little circle motions for like 5-10 seconds. And then we can find the other foot. You can unravel yourself a little bit. Same thing. So your toes aren't getting cold. Separate them if you want to. Do a little bit with our feet later, but right now it's just, all right. Find those sit bones again, cross-legged or one foot set in front of the other. Lift, and we're gonna slowly take this arm in front, please, and take this hand towards the back and slip. We're gonna do a little spinal twist that lifts through the center, and all you're gonna do is slowly rotate towards the back. Take the head and look over the back shoulder. Breathing all the way. Slowly walk your hands around to the center. Another inhale in. And exhale towards the other side. Slowly walk back to the center. One more time. And you can slowly start to get a little bit more intention in your move, depending on how many times you want to do this in the next 5-7 seconds. Find something not moving. Make your move intentional. Brace through the core. And your final one. Wonderful. All right, move yourself back. Bring those legs out, please. Feet are pointed. And then we're gonna flex. So all we're gonna do right now is sit bones, okay? Find your sit bones, sit up nice and tall. So zip up through the center, shoulders are back and down. Feet are gonna be a little bit apart, not too far apart, right out of the hip. And we're gonna point, and we're gonna flex, and point, and flex. Can you flex and bring your toes out, like separate your toes like your hands? Why don't we do it together with our hands even? Let's integrate our hands. So we're gonna like go down with our hands gently, and then we're gonna flex. And then we're gonna point and kind of gently wiggle our fingers. Even the thumb, make sure you get that thumb joint. We're gonna flex, and we're gonna hold for 4, more than the other. So start to lean back, sit up tall. And then again. And one more time. Wonderful. All right. Big, 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 massive bend. We're going to lift towards the top, brace the core, and slowly tip forward from the hips, taking the beach ball and setting it over and onto our toes or our feet. If you need that big bend, please leave these knees bent. This isn't a race. Otherwise, you can straighten your legs more and come for a seated forward fold. Bring those feet a little bit closer together if you want to. You can point, and we're going to tuck the chin to the chest and hold. A slight micro knee bend is perfectly awesome. You can grab a hold of your toes or grab a hold of the bottom of your foot. Shoulders are away from your ears, and your chin is tucked to your chest. Oh, where is your tongue tucked? I'm not sure. Well, you can pay attention to your mouth. Try to release your mouth, release your jaw. Now slowly walk yourself all the way up to seated position. Lifting your head is the last thing. You roll your head all the way up, lifting your head right towards me. Take the hands up and out all the way up back to the sky. Release your toes, release your fingers. Inhale in, and we go back in. It's an amazing stretch for the hamstrings. If you want this time, try to point your toes. Maybe grab one flex one point. You can alternate, flex that foot and the other toe. Bring your knees towards your nose. Allowing yourself peace and gentle movements, not forced, right? Your body might want one way, let it. It doesn't have to follow a perfect routine. Rub your muscles while you're down here. Get some warmth through the thighs, through the calves, the shins, the knees. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly, slowly roll back up. Find your yoga strap if you have one, or a beach towel, or a rope tie, even a jump rope, as long as it's not going to bother you. You're going to put it at the bottom of your feet, and what I need you to do is grab in one hand. Okay, towards a little bit closer. See how closer I am to my feet? It's hard sometimes the camera. And then the back is a little bit higher, okay? So we have 1 and 1. Our palms are facing the ceiling. Our elbows are tucked in. We're sitting up nice and tall. I can flex my feet, bend my knees just a little, and I'm gonna slowly start to bring myself down while using and pulling a gentle pull up towards me on this yoga strap. If you feel like you get the same stretch without the yoga strap, first of all, you don't have to use one. It's just for a little bit more of a stretch. If you want it, you can just hold and then kind of stay up a little bit higher. That's up to you completely. Fully roll up. This time I want you to think about zipping up through the tall, tall, tall head all the way up. You're very, very sitting as straight as you can. And now grab it on one side, hold. Elbow goes in like you're gonna do a row, hold it, okay? And all you're gonna do is reach forward with this arm, nothing else. Eye gaze is 6 feet ahead, you're tipping forward from the hip, and slowly return to center, switching the arms, taking this, tucking the elbow from here to here, holding it very close to your body, taking this hand and reaching it over your toes, or could be shins, thighs, as far as you can go forward without bringing your, you don't want to do this. Shoulders away from the ears. Eye gaze is towards your fingertips. See me looking. Keep your neck in line with spine. 3, 2, 1. So reach and lift, and reach and lift, and reach. You at your own pace. You're going to do this 4 more times. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Awesome. All right. Take the yoga strap away for a second. We are going to bring our feet to one side, come into our 90-90 stretch before we start stretching our legs a lot. So I'm going to come a little closer to you. You're going to bring one leg at 90 degrees. So kind of think about the number 4. Your foot is here, knee is at the top. This is going this way right across. Okay, you're 90 degrees. Now, this leg comes behind this knee, ankle, and toes for another 90 degrees, okay? The opposite option for a little bit higher would be like the swan position, but so let's start it here. We're gonna have to really think about how are we going to keep our hips facing me, so the hip points face me, and our goal is to keep ourselves forward where each arm on one side. We're gonna slowly lower ourselves down, like keep one hand on the other side, and this may be as far as you can go. You're gonna feel a massive stretch through this part. You don't want you to let yourself fall onto your shin, so don't allow yourself to collapse. But if you can, start to bring your hand to one side. So think about your, like a goalpost arm. So you have one arm here on this foot. See, this is activity, and this arm is right outside. The goal would be to bring the nose towards the floor and hold. Your option But right now, is to even just hold this position. This is not an option to hold this here. Make sure you have activity through both the toes. So every so often, check the energy. Maybe a little bit of positive energy running in these toes. And we are going to hold wherever you can go. Take it even down to the forearm, making it fit yourself. Rest on the 2 fists or a yoga block. We're going to hold for 30 seconds. Please breathe. Each breath, a refreshing reset. Let your hips and your bottom, your glutes, let them have a break. Let them feel the stretch, the lengthening, and the strength you get from keeping yourself from avoiding injury with wonderful, wonderful self-care. Slowly find your hands, and when ready, reach yourself up, all the way up. Wonderful. Bring this leg a little bit closer in, okay? And bring this foot a little bit closer in. So now we're sitting in a different way, okay? So this knee and foot are together, and this foot is their sternum area. So now we've got both hips facing me. If you're comfortable in position, if not, you can come out into a seated position. And slowly just bring this arm up. Feel a nice side body stretch. Do not press too hard, please. Some of you, this might be the first time you're doing these stretches. If all you do is just do this and look to the sky with your fingertips off the ground, that's awesome. You want to do a little lift, that's fine. And a big lift is great too, whichever. No race. And come down to center. Safely grab this leg, bring it around. Please bring this other knee up. Bring your knees in towards you. Find your sit bone. Grab around and give yourself a big hug. All right, we go immediately to the other side. Find the 90 degree here. So this leg now is towards the front. This leg is going to come towards the back. Our hips are not going this way. Kind of shift yourself on your bottom. So it takes a second to get these stretches. So if you take 30 seconds to get into these stretches, don't be surprised. Make sure you have activity in the feet. Remember your option here, take like a goalpost, and you're slowly wanting to make one arm set here and one arm set on the other side of this foot. That's your goal while facing the center. And slowly would bring your nose towards the floor. The other option is to just hold those hands in that position, bending a little bit, kind of play with the motion. Watch, kind of come down. When you find a spot that's good for you, stacking those hands, forearms down, or all the way to the ground. Activity through the toes, that positive energy running through our toes, all the way from the tips of the toes, the top of our head. We hold for 30 seconds. Think, are your shoulders trying to have tension? Allow yourself to relax. Allow your mouth to relax. Your eyes. Your teeth. In 5 seconds, slowly lift yourself up, rising to the top. Wonderful. All right, let's bring this leg in a little bit closer to the heel, then take the heel and bring it in closer to the groin. So now we're seated. You can bring this ankle even closer to your bottom also if you want to. Hands are to the side. And slowly lift if you want. A nice side back stretch. Can you do me a favor and think eyes to the sky, just the heart watch. You can be here, or you can lift your heart, open your heart to the sky. You could smile. I know, I dare you. It's Monday. You did it here. You chose yourself. It's the big choice. Probably the biggest, I think. So much easier to do a lot of other things. Let yourself over. All right, take a sip of water for me, please. Take out the legs. So kind of put it in front of you if you want, or you can bring them up. Okay, move them around a little bit. The toes, let's do a few circles one way, and then we're gonna say the ankles. Same thing with the toes and ankles. Circle one way, for 5. And then do the other way for 5. Wonderful for the ankle joint. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. Feel this in the shin, you should a little bit, like up and then down. That's not, it's so funny. That seems real simple, right? But you have to do that a lot. It's not as easy as it seems. And then let's roll them again. And then bring your feet towards your center. Grab hold, and I'm on an angle on purpose. We're gonna go into some work. Hug. The biggest hug you can give yourself today. I'm gonna go back in for mine. So I'm gonna cross one arm over and another, and then I'm gonna tuck my chest. I'm gonna get the biggest breath I can. A big motto for me is to love myself first. You can't love yourself first, right? The love has to pass people after. So it's awesome how you guys are here. I love it. Love yourself first. That self-love goes a long way. All right, we are gonna use this and we are going to lay back. So you're gonna watch me. I'm gonna go at an angle so you can see each leg at a time. So you're gonna lay back onto your mat. Your eye gaze is towards the sky. You can watch me first if you want. All I'm gonna do right now is take and put both legs and the knees really big. Get this yoga strap or rope tie or whatever you have. Both feet, it's underneath both feet, okay? It's up right above my hips. And all I'm doing is holding down here. Nothing really except for this right now. Okay, so when you're in this position, just please find your lower back, move that into the mat. Think about your hips facing the ceiling. And when you can, you're gonna slowly start to reach and bring this towards your as far as you can. The toes are can point, and they're gonna start to go over your head, wherever you can go. And then back to center. If you want 2 hands, you can always do 2. That's better for you, for your wrists. This time we're gonna take 1 foot out, slowly lower it to the ground. Level 1, you put bend. Level 2, you put it out straight. This can have a slight bend too, okay? Nothing has to be loud, no joint. We have it up in the sky. One arm is here. Same leg and the same arm. Put that arm out at the T, palms facing up. Upward when you cross the body, but just a very gentle pull. I shouldn't even use the word pull. More, yeah, it's a slight pull. It's a very, very gentle pull. Let the leg hang first. Keep activity in the toes, so make sure you're pointing and flexing so it doesn't fall asleep in there. And then inhale in. We're gonna come to the center, make a rainbow. You're gonna switch arms. You're gonna have now this arm that with the leg in the sky. And you are gonna open, putting your hand, elbow onto the ground with the forearm, 90 degrees. Slowly open this leg towards me as far as you can go without pulling it too far. And hold. Supporting the wrist by making the wrist elbow and shoulder in a 90-degree angle. And breathe, and we're gonna switch hands and we're gonna come over. So where's the movement we're gonna do? We're gonna do a rainbow. It's gonna come over. Try to keep those hip points towards the ground and the sit bones on the ground as possible. And then we're gonna open. Shift your weight and take this arm, if you want to leave it on the ground, or you can take the arm over and open up. Touch down and open. Slowly come to the center. One more time, open and hold. All right, support, bend the knee a little bit, please. Bring your knee in. You can take this strap off. Hold your knee in, take underneath and reach it under and grab it towards your armpit. This leg stays straight or bent. Lower back is glued to the floor. Keep that knee bent, and we're gonna do the same, grabbing hold of the thigh and over. Keeping the knee bent. If you want to kind of push and pull towards the ground and pull up, you might feel a little bit more of like a threading needle, kind of feel like even like a flossing in this area. And bring it back to center. Bring the knee towards the chest. Avoid holding on to any of the joints. And release. Wonderful. All right, find that yoga strap again. We go to the other side, put it underneath the other foot. Set, give yourself like 5 seconds. You know what, you guys stay right where you are, and I'm gonna actually switch so you can see the front foot. So you guys stay right where you are. You're gonna be on the other foot. Please do not move, just stay with your arm in the arm up and your thigh. I'm just gonna switch to the other side for your sake. I think it's better this way. So level 1, you have it bent. Level 2, it's out. Slowly take that arm out to the side of the seat. Slowly bring this leg across. Please allow yourself breath. You want to close your eyes. This is a wonderful time to feel the lengthening all through the hip flexors, the bottom, the glutes, the hamstrings, the foot. Make sure it has some activity. Nice inhale in and exhale out to the other side. One leg may be more flexible. That's not going to be surprising. So please pay attention to your range of motion. Where is your range today? It doesn't have to be where somebody else is. This is your workout. There should be no nice light pains. Bend the knee when you bring it up if you want to have a little bit less on the joint. And we go back into the rainbow of motion. Yoga strap work. This yoga strap is amazing. Any kind of tool that strengthening the mind and the spirit. This last one, we're gonna hold. Field activity, remember I was telling you, try really hard to keep some activity in both feet. Even a little wiggle of the toes, and slowly bend the knee and bring it in. Take this off, grab under, and bring this to your armpit area, opening, hold. When you're ready, you can always bring your knee up if you want, or straighten it, and you're gonna slowly take the thigh, grab a hold on the other hand. This hand is up again, and T towards palm to the sky. You're gonna reach and bring it over the leg to a supine twist. While allowing breath. Inhale in with the knee towards the chest. Slowly bring the other knee all the way up. Put the hands interlock underneath the thighs. Grab a hold of one wrist and the other wrist, or if you can, otherwise just hold hands. Bring the knee to the nose. Lift the chin to the chest and hold. Release down. Plant those feet down, please. We're gonna go into a bridge position. We're gonna slowly lift our center towards the sky. Feet are planted on the ground. Our heels are towards the butt. You have like, you're pretending like you're holding a yoga block or a little mini ball between your knees. So there's slight space between, and your hip flexors, hip joints are facing to the sky. Hands and palms are facing down, and we're slowly gonna lower one vertebrae at a time and then slowly rise up. Squeezing those knees together, creating space, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release halfway down. Inhale in and go back up. And pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the bottom, stay here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly release. Wonderful. Give yourself a big hug again underneath. Play a little bit with our legs. So hands to the side, kick your legs out like you're a kid again. I love to do this move. Just let them hang and be, kind of kick your legs in the sky. Release and relax. Wonderful. Slowly roll yourself up or to the side. I'm going to check the time. Get a sip of water, please, for me. Wonderful. We have about 5 minutes. Terrific. So we're going to go into our arms. So please come back into a seated position. Grab a sip of water. Take and grab a hold of that strap this time. You're going to come into a Y position. Actually, it's really almost more, Y would be here. It's more like the W. The W would be like a lot wider than a Y, right? The ends of the W. So I think that, and I want to move forward. And all I want us to do is sit bones are on the ground, right? Find them. Lift and slowly bring it as far back as you can without pressing further than your body to go. And all I need you to do is hold there for 10 seconds. Opening up, squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening up the chest. Amazing inhales in and exhale. And slowly release the shoulder. Back up. Slowly to the front. This time, last time, wherever as far as you want to go. Slight little bend in the elbows if you need it. Squeeze between the shoulder blades, open the chest, lift your heart and eyes to the sky, set an intention and hold for 15 seconds. Hold. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly bring it back up. Take this up to the sky again. Please come to one side, lift and stretch, reach it to the top. And if you can, slightly open yourself to the sky. Slowly come to the other side, switch, use as a point of reference. So this comes like makes a straight line, bend the elbow just a little bit. And if you can create a little less space. And try to keep this straight. So instead of kind of bending this, kind of keep it straight. It's right between my thumb and first finger. Watch the shoulder wanting to be up. Do you see that? Shoulder is back and down. And the other side. So we go back and forth for 3 seconds. Hold. 2, 1. And the other side for 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we just go back and forth for 1, 2. Eye gaze towards the sky. If you want, you can drop this thing. And hold in the center. Let's start to reach forward like you're grabbing something out of a cabinet. Grab and pull. And then go across the body. Last one. Please come into a child's pose and slowly bring ourselves to our knees. Find the middle of that mat. Your knees are going to go as wide as your mat. Your feet and toes, big toes come together, knees as wide as mat. You're going to shoot your hips back and down. Inhale in, walk the arms out and bring yourself towards the mat. Nose is eventually going to come and forehead to the ground. And hold. Slowly walk yourself out 1 or 2 to the one side. Inhale in and exhale, head towards the mat if possible. Slowly walk your back to center, little movements. All the while making sure the intention is that your hips are relaxing. Walk to the other side. Slowly walk to the center again. Slowly lift yourself up. Bring yourself up. Knees come underneath the hips. We're in a tabletop position. Tuck toes, bring them up on, so you're onto your toes, okay? So they're not tucked under, they're up. We're gonna go into a cat-cow for 2. Inhale in and exhale. Round the back at your pace. Let's do one more for just look good. Good fortune. Last inhale in and release. The knees are coming one side. We are going to finish laying back on our back because we're going to do a little bit of a stretch with our hips. Please bring your knees. The bottom is going to come to the knees are together. What I want us to do is walk our knees out, bring these knees together, hands, palms, hands, okay, and feet. Knees are together, and we're just going to take and walk the knees in towards the center one at a time. If you want more in a stretch, you can always leave your knee. Please stop and listen to what I say before you do it. And you can bring this foot up and grab hold to create a bigger stretch. Otherwise, just go back and forth. So like if you bring this knee this way, then you can bring this foot off the ground, lift it on towards the side, and slowly open the hip up. But that is an advanced move. Please do not do that unless you know you can. So you can try a little bit if you need to. Finally, we take our feet into a cobbler's pose. So our feet are together, our hips are open wide to ceiling, our hands are open towards the sky. Take 2 inhale in. And on this third one, please exhale through the nose. Slowly bring those knees together. Gently walk your knees in towards your body. If you can, grab one knee down, grab on the outside of the foot and open it towards the sky. If at any time, happy baby, you want to bring the other arm out, with the other towards the sky. The end in happy baby, relaxation, rocking back and forth, palms gently grabbing on the bottom of the foot, outside of the foot, as the foot faces the ceiling, hips are open, lower back is on the ground. For 3, 2, slowly bring yourself out, knees together, gently roll yourself to one side, lift up, and different than yoga, instead of just namaste, which I do say namaste, right? Namaste, so like to me, values in you, honors that. Also, just set an intention of whatever your day is today. For me, today it's peace. So I wish you find your peace. Have a great day, and see you next week on Monday. Bye. Thanks for coming to class, Conchetta. Thanks, Luis. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Thank you both.
Thanks so much, guys. See you next week.